going on, people? It's your boy Tops back again for another Tops in the Morning show. Apologies for the late start. Just finished up my shorts. Big up everyone in the building. Make sure you guys smash the like button on the video. Subscribe to the channel. If you want to become a member, it is pinned at the top of the chat. Big up Martin in the building. Big up Tops. Big up yourself, brother. And yeah, apparently today is the day, people. Today is the day that Victor Gyokeres should be announced for Arsenal, apparently, according to sources. So yeah, let's get into the article, man. It says Victor Gyokeres traveling to London to complete an Arsenal transfer today. So yeah, today is the day, man. Arsenal set to wrap up finally after this saga, man. It feels like it's been months and months and months. Arsenal set to wrap up the signing of Victor Gyokeres from Sporting imminently, according to two separate sources, as Jose Mourinho and Andres Limpar give their verdicts on how the striker will fare at the stadium under the manager of Mikel Arteta. The long-running saga involving Arsenal, Sporting, and Gyokeres is finally coming to an end. So even this article is acknowledging how long and drawn out it's been. Remember, it was 2 weeks ago, nearly even 3 weeks ago, that we had the initial Arsenal are advancing in talk. So it's took an additional 3 weeks to kind of come to some kind of resolution with the transfer. Thankfully, it's coming to an end, and hopefully, you can be part of the talk. The Gunners have been determined to sign the top number 9 in the transfer window, and it emerged on Tuesday that the North London club have struck an agreement with Sporting for the Swedish international. Reliable journalist Fabrizio Romano gave his deal a here we go on X on 2:47 p.m. on July 22nd, revealing that the verbal agreement in place between all parties. Fabrizio Romano also added that Arteta's final bid of 63.5 million euros, which is only 55 million pounds, which is very, very cheap, plus 10 million add-ons, 8.7 million for Gyokeres, has been accepted by Sporting, with striker's agent reducing his commission. Record has claimed that Sporting have given the green light to the deal, adding that the white smoke is imminent. And the Portuguese publication has reported that Arsenal and Sporting are in the final stages of exchanging the documents to finalize the deal for Gyokeres, man. Once these legal details are resolved, Gyokeres' departure should be made official immediately, says the official report, man. Big up everyone in the building. Big up Frankie, man. Long time no see. Hope you are, my bro, on Twitch. Big up yourself, man. Hope you're good. But yeah, it's obviously talking about the article here. Make sure you guys smash up the like button in the building. The record has confirmed Fabrizio's claim about the details of the fee, adding that the 27-year-old striker's agent will not receive any commission from Sporting. So yeah, you got to pick up the agent, man. You got to pick up obviously Gyokeres as well, in terms of obviously taking a pay cut as well, giving up some of his bonuses, his wages, and obviously the agent as well, who gave up his commission fee to push this kind of transfer over the line, because I feel like they both kind of knew that Sporting were going to be very difficult in terms of the add-ons and not wanting the player to go and having it drag out as a saga throughout the entire summer window. So yeah, big up to both of them as well. Obviously, another journalist added that Gyokeres will travel to London with his agent on Wednesday evening to complete the transfer. So I don't know if that's to do the medical there. Obviously, there was reports that he was going to do the medical in Singapore. But now it's apparent that he might do the medical in London and then fly to Singapore as soon as that is done. So yeah, very, very interesting, man. Gyokeres is one of Europe's finest and most lethal strikers. I was on fire in Portugal for Sporting last season. The former commentary striker scored 54 goals and provided 13 assists in 52 games in the 2024-2025 campaign, as Sporting won La Liga and obviously the Portuguese Cup as well. Andres Limpar believes that Gyokeres will be a brilliant signing for the Premier League club. I know that pretty much all the Arsenal players are top professionals. I've been to the training ground, spoken to Mikel Arteta. He's 100% professional, and that's what you get from Victor. Listen, man, I think even when you've seen it before, big up, man. I'm great, blown up for me, but for other people, they'll probably say otherwise. Big up yourself, brother. I hope you're good, man. Make sure you have a good day as well. Obviously, it's an all right day in England, so yeah, make sure you have a good day, my guy. But yeah, man, in terms of obviously Victor Gyokeres being professional, 100%. I think again, the fact that he's willing to force a move, it really shows how much he wants to play for Arsenal for sure. And yeah, I'm hoping he comes with Arsenal that same kind of hunger for scoring goals, because you've seen it yesterday in the game, man. That 1-0 win against AC Milan. A load of times in the first half, man, we were just playing it across the box. No one was in there. Do you know what I'm saying? Martinelli and Saka were doing that. So he just needs to be that guy. Hopefully, he's got very good movement, similar to like an Aubameyang, because his movement was top tier in the box. So yeah, hopefully it's something similar, and then we can start getting some goals from it, man. Because again, goals do change games for sure. So it'll be interesting to see if he slots in straight away. He's such a prospect when it comes to looking after himself. no scandals. He's a hell of a player. He's a number 9 that can sniff out a chance. He's going to be perfect icing on the cake for Arsenal. I don't have to look down on the Kai Havertz or Gabriel Jesus, but bringing in Victor at the moment at his best age and form. He's a goal-scoring machine and will be with all the supply from the wings and Martin Odegaard, he's going to score 25 goals. So he's putting his neck on the line. 25 goals, he's saying, bro. And Jose Mourinho, the former Manchester United player, says he's a great player. I have no doubt. So yeah, even he's pretty confident as well, Jose Mourinho. But Sporting had a way of playing very much around him, very adaptable. I don't know if Ruben initially thought he's a player with great potential, but in England, he'll play against stronger teams, better players. The French, the Fenerbahce manager also added, unfortunately, of the 3,400 lies that have been told about the transfer market, one of them is that he's going to Fenerbahce. Unfortunately, so many lies, so much interest, so many people working for agents for clubs. So yeah, he's just putting this. It's a war that's not my own. Former academy graduate Norton Coffey played for Gyokeres at Coventry. The 21-year-old Janona right back has raved about the striker. He was so good. There were teams putting 2-3 players on him, and he was managing to beat them all and find a way to score, just creating chances out of nothing. Not just skill wise, his mentality, his mental side of the game. That rough and tuggedness, man, for sure. You can see he's hungry, but if he doesn't score, he's not happy. For example, in practice, small-sided games, if his team loses, you don't want to go near him for a little bit. So that's just a winning mentality. Gyokeres has got to win things. He's very powerful. He's 6'3". He can move, change direction very quickly. He can run. He can beat you. And then once he creates those chances, normally he puts them away as well. It's just a handful, just a really big handful, and a good fit for us. So yeah, man, that's obviously good news as well, man. I'm just happy that finally we've been able to put this to bed for sure, man. Because yeah, it's been a long time coming getting a striker in general, and I think for me and a lot of Arsenal fans, it makes them a bit more excited for pre-season. So at least we've got an attacking player to look at for sure, man. Big up, Stu. He says Darwin Núñez was great at Benfica, scored Champions League goals too. Even versus Liverpool, time will tell. Yeah, listen, there's no guarantee it's gonna happen for sure. But again, you rather someone that does score goals. I think there's a higher possibility than someone that has never got X amount of goals ever. Not to say they can never do that, but again, it's hard to really imagine. But you can't really not imagine him not scoring a load of goals. Whether he can translate that into the Premier League and score as many as he did in Portugal, I don't think so. But even if he scores half, that would be 20 goals. You know what I'm saying? So that is way more than any of our players have managed to do in the last 2-3 seasons, even when we've been at like near second or whatever. So yeah, man. I think again, obviously we're gonna have to play to his strengths. We're gonna have to make sure he's in the box. We're gonna have to make sure that people are spotting his runs, etc., etc. So this is why I feel like it's key to get him into pre-season and stuff like that. But yeah, man, hopefully we can do that as well. I said Ireland is still wet. Oh, that's no good, my guy. That's no good at all. Big up Stu. He says, what the shambolic thing is, Eduardo Alexis Aubameyang of any standard in nearly 20 years. Suppose that shows again in the overhyping of the Premier League, but people don't see the wood for the trees. But yeah, I mean, again, these kind of guys definitely came in. I mean, Eduardo was so unfortunate because again, man, he was top class, man. And unfortunately, he didn't get obviously what he needed to get in terms of like having an injury-free career at Arsenal. But I think his finishing was up there for sure, bro. His one-on-one finishing was top tier. I do remember, man. Aubameyang obviously was very good as well. Alexis too. So yeah, I just think again, it just depends on the player, bro. Because obviously all of these players came from different leagues. Aubameyang came from the Bundesliga, did really, really well. But then you look at someone like Timo Werner, came to the Bundesliga, didn't really score nowhere near the amount of goals he scored for Leipzig. So I think it just depends on the player. Some players can adapt better than others, depending on what kind of league they're in and team they're in as well. So yeah, but yeah, we'll see, brother. We'll see. Big up yourself, Stu. Big up Frankie says, any news for Real Madrid besides the chill guy defender? I don't think so, bro. I think there's still kind of news about whether Rodrigo's going to stay, and also them eyeing up Rodri as well. Apparently, they want to try and get a DM, a midfielder in this summer, and potentially they might use the money they get from Rodrigo to kind of fund that. So yeah, that's something that's you got to probably keep an eye on. But yeah, it's kind of the normal rumors. Them linked with Saliba, then linked with Konate, and now they're being linked with Rodri. So yeah, but we'll have to wait and see if that comes to fruition. Big up Freezer Cell. Love that name, man. Obviously, I'm a Cell guy. If you know Dragon Ball Z, you know. Isaac hasn't gone on tour, apparently. Pick up yourself and let me know, bro. I'll have to definitely check that out for sure. So, yeah, that is going to be very, very interesting to see what happens with that for sure, man. Because, yeah, I feel like with Isaac not going on tour, that opens up another can of worms. Is it going to be a thing where he's going to actually try and force a move, even though they've just signed Ekitike, man? That would be interesting, bro. That would be very interesting. Apparently, Liverpool can afford to get him as well as getting Ekitike in, as well as getting Verts in. Apparently, they can afford it. So, bro, that would be some next team, bro. I feel like they're definitely lining up for Salah's departure, because then you'd have Isak and Ekitike in your front line. Salah's probably only got, 1 or 2 years more left at the top level, let's be honest, until probably going to have to move on from him. So, what a better way to do that by getting basically, apart from Haaland, the next best thing in terms of goal scoring wise and consistency wise, than getting someone like Isak, as well as getting in someone like Ekitike, who obviously he can learn off Isak, which is what I think Newcastle wanted initially. 2 strikers that are in similar mold that can play together. So yeah, crazy stuff, man. Master, that looks very sus. He's going to Liverpool or he's injured. Apparently, people are saying he is injured, but I don't know, man. I'm not seeing any kind of concrete thing from Newcastle saying that he's out. Remember, Eddie Howe had a perfect opportunity to say he was injured after he missed the Celtic game, but he chose to say that he just left him out. So I think personally that might be a sign that all is not well in the Isak camp with how they've dealt with this kind of Liverpool situation, not being willing to obviously negotiate or even obviously contemplate Liverpool making a bid. I think maybe he wanted that to be explored a bit more. Obviously, Ben Jacobs has announced it. Alexander Isak has not travelled with Newcastle for their preseason tour to Singapore, so obviously Arsenal won't be facing him. Newcastle sources insist it's down to a thigh injury, despite a precautionary scan coming back. So, despite a precautionary scan coming back clear. So that to me signals, that again, even though the scan was clear, we're just going to use this as an excuse to take your head out of the game. So hopefully it all blows over and you calm down a bit and you don't forget, or you forget about that kind of potential transfer and you just get on with the season, man. We've seen this before. It can go both ways. Players can be like, you know what? I'm not going to go get that move this summer. Maybe I'll get it next summer. I'm going to just get my head down. And then they play a full season and you even forget that there was any kind of rift. Also, it can go the other way where the player is not very happy, doesn't really want to come back on time. Then there's the whole thing of, he doesn't even want to play for the club anymore. He sends out feelers to the fans thinking he's unhappy at the club. So yeah, I feel like this could go either way. I think it's more determined on if Isak wants to definitely go this season, and if Liverpool are willing to pay the money again for him this season, man, or they're willing to just wait till next season. Because there's no way he's going to sign a new deal, in my opinion, man. So yeah, very interesting stuff, man. Very interesting stuff. Big up, normal guy. Good morning from America. Big up yourself, my brother. Hope you are well. What about the midfielder they're trying to get to replace Mudryk? Yeah, again, bro. The only one I've seen is Rodri. I seen that yesterday. Apparently they're teeing up €100 million euro bid for Rodri. Apparently, maybe based off the finances they would get from Rodrigo if they do manage to sell him this summer. So that's kind of the Real Madrid midfielder link I've seen, my bro. If I'm being honest, there might be more. And again, it's still relatively young. I know people want to get their transfer signings in quite early and just for obviously ready for preseason, but there is still a plethora of time to go. We all know how the last week of the transfer window can be hectic. There's signings coming here, there, and everywhere. Even not even the last week, the llast day, the deadline day, you get signings out of nowhere, which has not been linked. I remember we got Danny Welbeck out of nowhere. No, we weren't even linked. Mesut Ozil was another one where we got linked with, and then obviously after we lost 8-2 to Manchester United, Arsenal, we bought 5 players in one day. So yeah, so there's definitely a lot of time for other players to kind of do their thing. Other teams to kind of identify players late on in the window, man, and do their thing. So very, very interesting, man. Very, very interesting. But yeah, in terms of Real Madrid, bro, nothing real concrete at the minute, man, if I'm being honest. But again, there is a lot of time for you guys to get a new midfielder in through the door. So yeah, this is what obviously Ben Jacobs said about Ekitike. His value for his versatility and scored highly in Liverpool's data analysis. The £70 million deal was agreed with Richard Hughes. Liverpool not done in the market yet. A defender expected to arrive and another attacker possible as well, especially if Luis Diaz is sold. Darwin Núñez is also expected to leave. Saudi remains an interest, but Napoli walked away after failing to meet Liverpool's €70 million valuation. So yeah, that's a lot of money they've obviously wanted as well. But listen, man, Liverpool are just trying to change up their attack, and it's going to be a different dynamic with their attack, man. With Verts, this is what you might see an actual slot team, because I feel like, again, he adapted very, very well with the players he had, but he's obviously still more of a clock team because he didn't buy any players by Chiesa. This summer, you're seeing obviously the wing, you're seeing Frimpong, you're seeing Gyokeres, his fullbacks are there, what he probably wants from his fullbacks, or even potential wing backs if he changes formation. And then obviously Verts in the 10 is going to be something different that Szoboszlai can't offer, and then potentially again a new striker. a new striker that can do different things to Nunes, to obviously rest in peace Jota as well. So yeah, this is going to be very interesting to see how they sell for sure. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you got big up the chat. Big up Freeze to Sell. He says, yeah, Liverpool journalists have said they still want Isak even though they signed Ekitike. Then I think they ain't going for Rodrigo if they get Isak. You know what? It's crazy, man, because I would assume the same thing, bro. Make sure you guys smash the like button on the video, man. It's only on 6 likes. Let's see if we can get up to 10 likes, people. But yeah, I agree, bro. I feel like potentially it's going to be either Rodrigo or Isak, I'd say, because again, it still counts as a forward player. And it might be determined if you sell obviously Luis Diaz now, which I think you're going to sell him. I think I did see something about Bayern coming in for another bid for Luis Diaz as well, potentially in the region of £70 million, which is obviously is a lot of money as well. So yeah, I feel like again that could be an issue in terms of not issue, but in terms of them obviously offering that money, him going, and then you using that money to try and get someone in of a top nature, top quality. If I do say so myself. So yeah, that could be very, very interesting, man. That's Ashley Young joining Ipswich with a random one. But yeah, man, I feel like again, it all depends on what you do in terms of like your sales and how quickly you can get them out the door as well. So yeah, obviously Marcus Rashford too. But yeah, man. But yeah, it'd be very, very interesting to see what actually happens, man. Very, very interesting as well. Big up everyone in the building. Big up Darren. Big up bro, the normal guy. What's up, Darren? Come on, people. Come on. Big up Darren said, Tops, do you really think we are going in for Eze? I'm not too sure if I'm honest, brother. I think before this whole thing with Gyokeres, when we were teamed up to get Gyokeres and Mascara in, I mean, where is Mascara, by the way? That's obviously not been announced yet either, so that's kind of a worry. Well, not a worry. He's over there, but I don't know what the hold-up is for that. But yeah, in terms of Eze, bro, I feel like you're gonna have to let the dust settle. I think they're spending a lot of efforts, Crystal Palace, into trying to get back into the Europa League. So they're not really negotiating with any of their players. You look at some of the players that have been linked with a move away, the likes of Gahey to Liverpool. That's obviously been very, very quiet. Even like the likes of Mateta, he was linked to Manchester United. That's not really been brought up again. Adam Wharton was linked with Spurs about a couple of weeks ago too. That's kind of quieting down, and obviously Eze with Arsenal. So I feel like every kind of outgoings for them, even the incomings, they were linked with Diamande as well, and that's obviously gone quiet too. I feel like literally their whole focus is trying to get themselves back into the Europa League, because I don't know if that's going to dictate what and caliber of players they're allowed to go for, or not allowed, but they're obviously able to go for because they're in a bigger competition in Europe and stuff like that. So that might be one we have to wait for, unfortunately, man. But yeah, I think we definitely need to go for him. But whether we do or not, bro, I think it's going to be another situation all entirely, Murrow. Because again, I feel like it's massively dependent on if we're willing to pay the release clause for one, and also I suppose we're going to have to sell some players. We're going to have to sell some players anyway. So I think it's dependent on that, my bro, as well. Big up Frankie says, wait, if it's 9 in Ireland and the US is 5 hours behind, does that mean it's 4 a.m. for you guys in the US? I think so as well. I said, bye. Big up yourself. I'm here, bro. Come on, bro. Did Real Madrid get that 17-year-old Argentina from River Plate? I'm not sure, bro. I'll have to do a double check for sure. But big up yourself. Big up Chris. Big up, mate. I hope you are. Hope you're good, my bro. Good to see you in the chat, man. Make sure you guys like on the video on 9 likes. Make sure you get this to double figures for your boy Tops. I really appreciate it if you can do that. Big up Darren. It says, Tops, did you watch the AC Milan game? Yes, I did a watch along on it, bro. It says Havertz looked absolutely rubbish. Havertz was very poor, man. Very poor. He was thinking out the gaff. I can't lie. Tripping over the ball, not being involved in the play. I think he made one good action where he won the ball back and then gave it to Martinelli and he just hit it against the defender. And apart from that, he had a header that was terrible. Like, he was really bad. He was thinking out the gaff, man. And I feel like, again, when you kind of, and this is why for me, competition is very, very key. Because beforehand, in previous seasons, and when he does that, you got no one else to really bring on to kind of take him off and think, you know what, you're not having a good game, you're out of here. We're going to bring on a proper striker or forward or whatever. But now with Gyokeres coming in, that's something that you can actually do if that's actually the case. This is why I want something similar with Odegaard, because again, I wasn't really impressed with his performance when he came on. Really, he's kind of doing the same kind of things, same kind of stuff, man. Delaying the pass, delaying the ball. I don't know really what's wrong with him, to be honest with you. It's just the same thing that happened from last season. So obviously, you got to give him a chance to rediscover his form this season. But it's not a great start the first game in for sure. Says even tripped over the ball, fell. Must have really disappointed his boy Arteta. He was hoping for a bulky Havertz with shine. Listen, man, you know what you're going to get with Havertz, innit? You know, he might have a good couple games in a purple patch, but ultimately, when there's a proper chance that he needs to bury, he's not going to do it. So, yeah, we already know this anyway, man, if I'm being honest, my bro. Big up Chris says Isak isn't going on tour and people making a big deal about it, but he ain't leaving this window. We will sign Gay, Rodrigo, or another left winger, and that's our window done. Isak will leave next summer. Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree. I think that Ekitike, you buying that kind of solidified that. However, I feel like potentially, yeah, there might be a thing if Isaac's picking up enough stink. And I know you don't know yet, because again, he's not gone on the tour. Obviously, he wasn't turned up for training. He didn't play in the game. So I feel like it depends on how he reacts going forward. If it's the case of he just comes back to, obviously, the latter end of the tour, if Newcastle got some games in England before the start of the season, and then I think, yeah, you're right, it'll be next season. But if it's a thing where he's like, you know what, I want to leave, like now, I do feel like potentially Liverpool might be able to juggle some things. He'd be like, you know what, we were willing to obviously wait till next season and get you. Maybe we can juggle some finances and actually just get you this summer if you're willing to come now this summer. So I think it is all dependent on the player, bro. If he's kicking up much of a stink and he's not very happy, I don't know. I think that might soften Newcastle's stance a little bit, because again, having an unhappy player there, that obviously he's not turning up for training, not for turning up for tour, is very, very sticky. But again, it's gonna be very difficult to get him this summer. But never say never, man. Never say never. But yeah, big up yourself, man. But would Newcastle want to keep? This is what I'm saying. Would Newcastle want to keep Isak if he's kicking up? This is what I mean, bro. I don't think they would do. I think potentially that if he kicks up a big enough stink, it might be just better just to catch in on him now and then try and get someone that wants to be there. But you never know, man. Big up Darren says no excuses to start Havertz, given how awful he looks up top. Yeah, I mean, Gyokeres has to come in and start for me personally. Havertz, he has to be used as a backup and go on from there. I thought Marino looked all right when he came on. I think in the air, bro, obviously he had that great chance, great save by the young keeper, who had a fantastic game, by the way, especially in the penalty shootout, the AC Milan keeper. But yeah, I think in the air, Marino just looks more dominant, man, like in terms of his aerial duels and stuff like that, and winning flick on. So yeah, he might be another one as well. HATO to Arsenal was done a deal a month ago, according to Armory Sources channel. Yeah, man, I don't listen to those kind of sources. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy, man. Big up yourself, Chris. It says, yes, Madrid got the 17-year-old. Big up RSL76. Big up Darren says, yeah, Odegaard looked basic yesterday. Even Wanyeri and Dalman outshined him. I think he needs to lose the captaincy and focus on the ball game. Yeah, you know what? I can't really disagree with that, bro. I feel like Declan Rice or Gabriel, maybe probably Gabriel. I don't know. Either one of those two, I think should get it. If I'm being honest, I feel like they just feel like more of a captain than obviously Odegaard does anyway. And yeah, I think you're right, man. I think Wanyeri and Dalman. I mean, again, they're both young players and they're eager and they're hungry. But even so, even the likes of even like Ben White outshined him at right back. I thought he had a better game than Odegaard did, and he was playing at right back. So yeah, he was like one of our probably poorer performers for sure. Again, only the first game, but again, it's not a great start considering the season he just had off, like at the back off in it. So yeah, definitely something to improve on for sure, man. Big up Chris said I would go to Newcastle, offer 100 mil plus Elliot. Ooh, that's not bad, you know. Curtis Jones, Elliot, one of those kind of players. That's a bit cheeky. That is a bit cheeky, man. That is a bit. It's a shame they don't want Nunes, bro, because you could have just done like I said, 100 million Nunes or a 80 million in Nunes, because then they've got a striker replacement right there and there, or whatnot. But yeah, very, very interesting, man. Very, very interesting indeed, man. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Obviously, just talking about the Rodrigo situation. It says still no change from Rodrigo's situation, despite reports of talks with several clubs. Real Madrid winger will first. This is what I'm saying. I knew this would drag out to August, mid-August, bro. It's going to be August next week, and still no talks. Again, I'm guessing he's on holiday. It's going to be a 2 weeks thing. He's going to come back in August and then potentially have a sit down with Xabi Alonso. It says Real Madrid winger will firstly clarify his future with Real Madrid and only engage if he decides to leave. So he might not even leave, man. Key meeting with the Xabi Alonso expected to happen within a week. So obviously next week is going to be August. So yeah, Real Madrid prepared to sell for around 90 million euros, but nothing in advance with any club yet. So that's obviously an update on Rodrigo. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where he goes. If he ends up leaving Real Madrid, he could end up staying in the end anyway. So yeah, we've seen that before, a massive U-turn. Barcelona confirmed Marcus Rashford has joined on a season-long loan with an option to buy. Rashford took a pay cut to help facilitate the move, with Barcelona paying 100% of his wages. So yeah, took a pay cut to facilitate. So he's not going to be on 300 grand. I'm guessing it's going to be on like 200, maybe a bit less. I don't know. But yeah, I can understand why you would take a pay cut to play for Barcelona, man. To have that on your CV, yeah, listen, man, crazy. I think first English player to play for Barcelona since Gary Lineker. So massive move for him. And yeah, I think he might actually do better than what people think, to be fair, as well. There's not really that much expectation. He's going to be in La Liga. So again, I don't know if he's not going to start as many games as he will do for an Aston Villa or maybe like a Man United. So yeah, very interesting to see how it goes on. Going to be in the Champions League, in the La Liga games, in the El Clasico as well, as an option to bring on or start. So very interesting indeed. Obviously took the number 14 shirt as well, man. So yeah, that's Marcus Rashford playing for Barcelona. So yeah, very, very interesting indeed, man. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like up the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new people. I said it's either Isaac or Rodrigo. No way we sign both. If we do, then it's Curtin. Bro, I think it's Curtin's already, Chris, man. Because you man are looking serious. Bro, you still got Salah. That's the thing. I'm thinking about it in the back of my head. These men have still got Salah. And even if Salah drops off a little bit, because obviously he got 29 goals, very, very good record, obviously last season. Even if he gets 22, it's still probably the most than the majority of the strikers are going to get in the league anyway. Do you know what I mean? And that's a drop off for him. So yeah, man, that one there inverts what he's going to do creatively, and obviously Ekitike, he's going to add something a bit different in terms of dynamism, in terms of how he obviously maybe opens up defenses. Man, it could be very, very sticky for sure. Big up Martin says, Madawaki's our Rodrigo, sadly. Yeah, man, like I said before in the previous stream, man, I feel like he's just tried to get someone that's similar to a Nico Williams kind of style of player, in terms of someone that's chaotic, unpredictable, very heavily, obviously his skill set is about dribbling and being direct, and he just picked up Madueke. And remember, that kind of similar kind of price range we were linked with, obviously, Nico Williams last summer, that £50 million. We paid it for Madueke, and the wages is what we wanted to pay Nico Williams, sorry, which is probably around about 60 or 70 million K a week or whatever. He wanted obviously 250. So I think he's got the player that he wanted, just like the backup version. So yeah, I think you are absolutely right with that, my bro. I think you're absolutely right. Big up Darren. It says Rashford looks really good at Villa. He should bang at Barca. I'm just glad he's out of that toxic system at Manchester United. I mean, yeah, that's a big factor that people say about Man United. Like a lot of players just they're good players, but at Man United, they just die. They just struggle, bro. They're not there to succeed, man. Because again, the environment is just not made for them to be a top player. So yeah, I think he'll probably do well. Obviously, that's the last English player to play for Barcelona, Gary Lineker. So yeah, I think he'll probably do a bit well as well, man. And good luck to him, bro. Good luck to him. Obviously, that's Ekitike there. But yeah, man, on to obviously other news, talking about Chelsea. Chelsea in talks for Dutch duo Simons and HATO. So yeah, Chelsea have opened talks with Ajax over a move for the centre-back HATO, while pushing ahead with the interest in RB Leipzig forward Xavi Simons. HATO, 19, has emerged as one of Europeans' most promising young defenders after an impressive campaign in the Eredivisie, making 31 appearances. BBC Sport understand that Chelsea are in direct communication with both Ajax and HATO's camp to explore the possibility of a summer transfer move. Talks are understood to be at the early stages, with no agreement yet set in place. Meanwhile, Chelsea are discussing personal terms with Simons. The 22-year-old is understood to be open to Stamford Bridge, and the Blues look to add more creativity and attacking flair. So obviously, they're going to be losing the likes of Nkunku, João Felix as well. He's going to be out the door. So these are kind of players that brought in that kind of number 10 role that's not really cut the mustard. So Xavi Simons kind of fits their profile of that kind of young kind of player, 22. Even though he's very seasoned, man. He's played for PSG, he's played for PSV, he's at Leipzig now. So he's had a few European clubs, different divisions as well, different leagues, countries. So, and obviously he plays in the international team for obviously the Netherlands. So yeah, I think that'll be a good signing, if I'm being honest, man. Someone that can play 10, 8, can play out wide as well, very versatile. So I think you might add something a little bit different creatively if you want to change it up, if you don't want to go with Enzo all the time or Casado or whatever. If you want to play someone a bit different in there and around that kind of creative kind of spark, especially with Champions League football for Chelsea coming up as well, there's going to be probably a need for a bit more rotation for sure. Big up Darren says, so Arteta gets another Martinelli, runs into people at the touchline and gives the ball away, or corner farms. No end product. This club is a joke, man. Madueke guarantees the left side stays dead. Yeah, bro, I've got obviously zero. Listen, I hope he does well. Obviously, he's an Arsenal player. I hope he does well, smashes it. That means Arsenal will be doing well. Well, I literally got zero expectations. I'll be honest, man. Like, it's a player I wasn't even looking at getting. So the fact we've got him, I always forget we even got him because it was just not on my radar. We'd be looking at him at all, like literally nothing. So we've got him. Obviously, hopefully he does well. But again, I've got zero expectations he's going to do anything, to be honest with you. Because again, you're going to probably come up with the same kind of problems you have with Martinelli. We've seen it yesterday in that AC Milan game, bro. Head down, not making the right decision, footballing IQ, not improving. Again, not really using kind of the defender to try and create space for other people or for himself. Kind of the same kind of static thing. Yes, he wasn't really helped. Zinchenko didn't overlap or create space for him as well. So you have to put that in there because, again, if he had that, it would probably be a little bit easier for him. But at the same time, it's kind of the same old, man, with him. So, yeah, definitely an upgrade is needed in that position, man. Definitely an upgrade is needed in that position. Leipzig are aware of Chelsea's approach, but no agreement has yet been reached. Simons, who joined Leipzig permanently from PSG in January following 2 loan stints, lasting a season and a half. He's also attracted interest from Bayern Munich and Arsenal. Sources indicate Bayern are interested in Simons, but are prioritizing a move for Liverpool winger Luis Diaz. Arsenal, meanwhile, have been aware of Simons' situation as they consider their summer options. Obviously, we're looking at Eze as well. Pardon me. Obviously, the former Ajax and PSV coach said there's too much hype around Simons. This is before the Euro 2024. He said at times I think he's too eager. Not eager as in selfish, but eager to do well. He's the threat. He's got the right attitude. He's got skills. He's got the engine. He's willing to work hard. He's never complaining. Any manager would like him in his team. Obviously, he showcases his talents against England in the semi-final. He's a very talented player who gives a lot. So, obviously, Van Dijk, who's his captain for the national team. But yeah, he enjoyed a productive season for RB Leipzig, scoring 7 goals, 8 assists across 33 games. So, not bad. Nearly 20 GA in 33 games. Not bad as well. But it was not enough to guarantee Champions League football, with the club finishing 7th in the Bundesliga. But obviously, who have Chelsea signed this summer? So these are the signings they have signed, man. Obviously, Jamie Gittins, £48 million from Borussia Dortmund, an England youth international arriving from the Bundesliga with a growing reputation as a direct, pacey winger capable of unlocking defenses. João Pedro, £60 million. Obviously, they moved to secure the Brazilian forward services. And obviously, again, great finishing ability. We've seen it in the Club World Cup. Liam Delap, another one, a powerful striker with Premier League experience. He has a different profile to the attack. Mohamed Sarr, a 19-year-old centre-back, joins. It'd be interesting if he goes on loan. Is it go? A highly rated Portuguese midfielder. Okay, 18 million. And obviously, Esteval Willian coming in from Brazil, £29 million deal in May last year. And yeah, man, that's obviously Chelsea's kind of front line on that. So yeah, we'll be interested to see what they do when it comes to that. Exactly, Martinelli stunk yesterday. Yeah, he was thinking that, man. It was the usual suspects, Darren, bro. The usual guys that we know are not good enough or need an upgrade on. Was obviously Martinelli, Odegaard. I don't think Trossard had a particularly great cameo either. The best out the bunch, yeah, was it was actually Reece Nelson. He was the best out of that kind of left winger option. He looked the most dangerous, the most direct. He had a couple of shots off. Surprisingly, and yeah, he always does normally have a good preseason, but yeah, that's kind of worrying considering yeah, he's third choice and wants to be sold. He's the one getting sold out of 3 for definitely. So yeah, definitely something we've got to keep an eye on. Obviously, huge news yesterday for Liverpool, Ekitike being formally announced for Liverpool. He arrives after a season and a half in Germany, having initially moved from to Frankfurt from PSG. He netted 26 goals in 64 games for Frankfurt and was named in the Bundesliga team of the season. But yeah, he he arrives following obviously a load of summer signings for Slot, and his squad number will be confirmed later on. But yeah, that was all they put about him. That's crazy. I thought he had an interview on that, but yeah, that's it, man. He's going to fly out to Hong Kong as well to join his new teammates on the preseason tour later this week. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he gets on, how well he plays and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like it's a very good signing for Liverpool. I think even though he's unproven at the top level in terms of scoring a load of goals or having loads of seasons under his belt, I feel like for him, it's going to be very key in terms of how he actually operates in the Slot system. And also, if he can get used to the Premier League as soon as possible, the physicality of it is going to be a bit different to the Bundesliga and all those kind of stuff. But he does look very techie. I don't think it's the finished article yet. I think, like, again, he definitely has some more work to do in terms of, like, crafting his game. Maybe he's finishing as well. But overall, I feel like you're in a position where you can kind of make Liverpool anyway. You can kind of make that kind of project sign for the simple fact that you've still got Salah there. That is normally going to be your goal threat. So, yeah, very, very interesting, man. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys smash the like button on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you want to become a member. It's pinned at the top of the chat as well. Also, Arsenal news. Finally, the plan is to announce Mascara today. Player training with the new teammates in Singapore. So, he's already training there. And yeah, I don't know why Arsenal long these things out, man. He should have just got announced yesterday. I know there was the game. Maybe they didn't want to take that away from obviously Arsenal playing. So it's all about traction farming and all that kind of stuff. But brother, this should have been announced last week. Let's be honest, man. So yeah, and it kind of just takes out the. I mean, again, it wasn't one I was massively excited for to begin with, if I'm being honest. But it does kind of take out the excitement when the things get delayed and you're waiting for it to be announced. And it's never announced, and then it was the same with the Madueke one as well, man. You're just waiting, and yeah, it just delay it all of a sudden. Nobody cared until, yeah, that's a big quote as well, man. Nobody cared who I was until I put on the mask. If you know, you know. Bane, as always, Dark Knight Rises, man. My film, you know. Come on, G. That's him with the Arsenal shirt on. Madueke on holiday, kicking ball. Obviously, having a rest. So yeah, man, he's going to be back in August. That's Declan Rice and Norgard playing golf. The away shirt as well. Obviously, was obviously got wore for the first time yesterday. So yeah, Arsenal. Apparently, Prime is not going to be a part of the sponsor next season. It's had a 47% drop in sales compared to this time last season, which is not a surprise. I think all the hype from Prime has definitely died down for sure. So yeah, that's not a surprise there at all. Big up everyone in the building. Big up Chris. He says Rodrigo makes so much sense for us with Salah going to the AFCON. I keep forgetting, even like with Man United, with obviously Mbeumo as well. AFCON's going to be a massive thing for them to obviously miss an entire month, especially if you've got some hard games in that January. So yeah, I'm sure Arsenal got Liverpool in January as well. I'm not even too sure, I know we got Man United as well. But yeah, our wingers Salah from the youth, Gakpo. Oh damn, yeah, Rodrigo. I will take that. Wirtz can play a part of the front three too. Yeah, you definitely got some versatility out there as well, bro. Especially when Salah does go. So yeah, man, I think it's very crucial for you to get, even if you don't get Rodrigo, even like an Anthony Gordon, even if you get someone like that, man, just another winger option. I think we need a winger option ourselves like that too. So it'll be interesting to see who actually gets one. I think it's more likely Liverpool than Arsenal. I think Madueke probably is R1. So yeah, very, very interesting. Ekitike is good with the link up, but misses sitters. I did see a link. I mean, you can do that with every player. I've seen one with Gyokeres with his headers as well, like a whole kind of video of him just missing them, which is obviously easy to do. But yeah, I think again he's still obviously in a position where he's still learning his trade in terms of being a striker and finishing and stuff. But again, we play with better players, bro. We've seen it before. Look at João Pedro already play with better players than he was at Brighton. It just brings out a bit of higher quality with you in it. So yeah, some players are definitely like that. But I feel like again he's definitely going to contribute and score some goals for you guys for sure. Big up Darren says, I hope they get Isaac too. I want a Galactico Liverpool to win everything this season. Jesus, man, that's crazy. Big up yourself. Ekitike will score goals regardless for us, in my opinion. If he can get 15, I'll be happy. Listen, I think he'll probably get in the Prem. I think you'll probably get 10 to 15, I'd say. But again, you don't need him to get that much more. You probably just need him to get as much as like Firmino used to do, or Jota or RIP used to do, or I mean, obviously more than Nunes. But yeah, that kind of range, 10 to 15. Because again, Salah's going to get you 20 plus. Gakpo got a lot last year as well. If he can get you 15 to 20, then yeah, I feel like you've got a nice little balance there of a front three that obviously you get enough goals between the three for you to win, obviously, the league. And then that's obviously not discounting Wirtz. He's probably going to chip in, get a few goals as well. So yeah, I think in terms of goal scoring, bro, you'll be fine. And again, I feel like it's a perfect club to go to because there's not that initial pressure to get 25, 30. If he came to Arsenal, for example, everyone's looking at him saying, no, yo, you got to get 25, 30 because we ain't got a Salah in our ranks. So we need someone to play that role. So it's got to be you. You're the new guy. Do you know what I mean? Which is obviously what Victor Gyokeres' role is going to be, to try and get that 20 goal a season kind of mark, because we ain't had it since Aubameyang. So yeah, I think for you guys, it's a very, very good signing, and I think you'll have time to develop. Big up Johnny boy. I hope you're well, my bro. It says Odegaard went from never shooting to shooting from every angle on site. Can we just play even this season? LOL. Listen, man, it's very frustrating. The thing is, well, Johnny, bro, is like he does that thing where he shoots when he should pass, he passes when he should shoot. It's just oh my days. He's a very frustrating player to watch, because he's got the ability to do something good, but it's just something now. It's just like that's what I'm saying about, obviously, people saying about his injury and stuff like that. And when you watch him, it's nothing to do with like his injury. It's just his decision making. Sometimes his touch as well, when he used to be A1 top tier, his touch is going wayward, his passing is going out of play, but it's more of his decision making, man. He's doing the opposite of what he should do all the time, or he's taking too long to release the ball into space or into someone's path. So yeah, definitely massive improvements needed for Odegaard for sure. For him to for me, have a good season, if I'm being honest. Big old Chris, he says Salah gets 20 plus, Ekitike 10 to 15, Gakpo 10 plus, Wirtz 10 plus with assists. Yeah, that would be very good as well. I swear, bro, Ethan looked so good yesterday. If he gets more playing time, he will eclipse Odegaard easily. Says Darren, man. Listen, Ethan looked very, very well. Very, very good. Very, very good. Hopefully, we see him again in that position in the preseason, man, because I want to see him play in that 10. If you're going to play him in that 10, play him in that 10. Make him get some experience. Again, it is a very hard role to play, because, again, you're going to have certain kind of movements. And if you're going to be pressing, you're going to be able to trigger the press at certain times in that role as well. So it is a very complex position to play in. So, but again, you can only improve in that position the more minutes you get playing in the 10. And if that's the position you see him as, then again, we shouldn't be using him on the right anymore. He has to be in that kind of 10 position. So yeah, I feel like again, he definitely needs to be trusted more. Does Arteta have the strength to drop Odegaard, his captain, for an 18-year-old? That's the thing. And I feel like sometimes it will be warranted, bro, because again, Odegaard is putting in some stinkers. I feel like it's not unreasonable to say, you know what, you're going to sit this one out. We're going to have someone else come in who's in a better form, even though he's a teenager, and see what he can do. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I do feel like again, for me, it's something we have to look at for sure. Big up RS76. Gordon would be 100 million. Forget that. He's not worth it. If we don't get Rodrigo, it will be Fana. Fana will be a fraction of the price of Gordon with a much higher ceiling. Interesting, man. Interesting to see who you get, my bro. But yeah, very interesting, man. Big up Johnny Boy says, yeah, man, that turn and shot was so clean as well. Yeah, but Ethan, bro, he was cooking, bro. And obviously when he spun my man as well, that was crazy. But big up yourself. Big up Tyrell, Gunner TV. Big up Chanzo. Big up yourself, brother. Hope you're well. Make sure you smash the like button on entry and subscribe and all that good stuff, man. Big up yourself, brother. Good morning, Tops. Big up 7 on DR, man. The chat fire for that. Come on, bro. Let's go, people. Is this Gyokeres news going to be done in time for him to go to Singapore to join the squad? I assume so, bro, because again, we've got a game on Sunday. Apparently, the medical is going to be today. The official announcement is going to be today. I don't know what time, but that's what everyone's saying. It's going to be today. So yeah, that obviously it's Thursday now. That would still give him enough time to get to Singapore by Saturday at the latest. I don't know if he'd even take a part, but it'd be good for him to join up with the squad, man, and obviously try and socialize and do what he needs to do. Obviously, incorporate himself into the group and then travel with the team into Hong Kong if he doesn't actually play or have any minutes for Arsenal on Sunday, man. But yeah, I'm hoping that he's with the squad by the weekend, if I'm being honest. I don't see why not. It's Thursday. It should really either be done today or tomorrow in terms of the medical, and all the formal kind of documents are already like patterned up now. So yeah, hopefully he is, brother. But yeah, big up yourself for the comment, my bro. It says big up 7 on DR. Says also, what do you make of yesterday's game? I know it's preseason, but I was impressed by the academy players, also Nelson and Kepa. Yeah, I was just quickly going through it, bro. I feel like for me, the standouts definitely were Ethan. I think Ben White and Saka's link up as a duo was back to what we will normally see in a couple of seasons ago, which was obviously very, very good. And yeah, like you said, Kepa in terms of the penalty saves, I think was very, very good. I didn't really have too much to do in the game. And I said as well with Nelson, he was our best left winger out of him, Trossard, and Martinelli. He had the best performance out of the three of them, which is kind of crazy, man. And like I was saying before, the disappointment ones were kind of your Martinellis. Trossard, I don't think did anything spectacular, if I'm being honest. Havertz was poor. Odegaard, I don't think was very good either. So kind of the normal suspects that we normally associate not having good games last season was kind of the same kind of personnel that didn't really have good games yesterday. Obviously, first game as well. But yeah, Max Dowman, I have to talk about him, man. What a sensational performance that was, man. From a 15-year-old, you forget you'd be gassed if that was an 18-year-old, 19-year-old. But the fact he's 15, he's crazy doing that against proper professional players. I know it's a friendly, but even so, man, the confidence, he was jinking inside and out, winning free kicks, trying to have shots off. Like, bro, very, very good, man. Very, very good. That's definitely one for the future. He's someone that, for me, he has to be playing somewhere week in, week out. Maybe even stepping up to the men's game, man, even if it's on a loan at like a League 2 team or something like that, man, just to get some reps in. I know he's young, but again, it'd be good for him to get some regular experience playing against, obviously, top professionals and not like the under-21s. Because I feel like, for me, bro, it just seems like he's just past that level already, which is crazy considering he's only 15. Big up Tom Ford. It says, I agree. That's the numbers I can see happening. Same here, bro. Plus, I doubt Newcastle would want to deal with us anyway at the moment as we upset Isak. LOL. Yeah, true. I mean, potentially there still could be a deal on for Isak as well. And also, you took their target in Ekitike too, bro. So, yeah, that might be a thing you've got to worry about as well. Big up Tom Ford. It says, if Wirtz replicates what he did in the Bundesliga, I think he'll be one of the best 10s in the league. That's not, but no, hey, with De Bruyne leaving, bro, there is a gap there for someone to take the mantle. Is it going to be Phil Foden? Is it going to be Shirky? Odegaard's out of form, so I don't think it's going to be him. So there is a mantle there to be taken, bro, and maybe Wirtz can be the guy that can provide goals and assists at a top level. So yeah, be very interesting to see how he gets on as well, my bro. Big up Darren says, big up, bro. Come on about Drew. Big up yourself. Have you seen any of the Wirtz training? Tom Ford or comments from a few of our players? They're absolutely blown away by Wirtz. That's always a good sign, man. When your current players are like, wow, this guy is unbelievable. So, like, he's so good. That's when you know you're probably going to be in for a good player, man. So, yeah, you man are going to be very difficult to stop. You still got a top-class, world-class keeper, in my opinion. You still got, obviously, Van Dijk, who's a world-class defender, world-class forward in Salah. Then, obviously, you got your midfield balance. I think McAllister is mad underrated. I think he's so sick as well. Obviously, Gravenberch had a fantastic season as well. bro, you've got a top team, man. You've got new fullbacks too, so that's going to provide a bit of dynamism in terms of what they're going to be able to do as well. Yeah, you're going to be very difficult to stop for sure, man. So be interested in the title race if it's actually competitive this season or it's going to be like last season, man. Bill Darren says he's on his way to Singapore for a medical now. I hope he makes the Newcastle game. Yeah, fingers crossed, brother. Fingers crossed. I watched the highlights of you guys against Watford. Verts looked amazing. Damn, very, very good, man. First time watching Darwin play yesterday. I didn't know the kid was 6 foot tall, and he was really impressive in the second half, along with yeah, Nichols was big up with Josh Nichols as well, man. He actually had a good kind of cameo as well when he came on for sure. And Salmon also at 15 was all right. Yeah, I think that pass he made to Nelson was really, really good for a 15-year-old over the top, man, into the path of Nelson's feet. So yeah, big up all the youngsters, though, man. Glad we obviously some of the academy players are getting some minutes, and that's what I like about preseason. Even if you don't get your kind of signings through the door, at least you can see some of the academy players coming through and have some minutes and playing with the first team against decent opposition as well. So yeah, very, very good. Frimpong looks amazing too. Damn. So this is some of the new signings, man. We got RSL76. He goes, Konate might be staying too, which I'm surprised about, to be honest, but happy. What, in terms of staying, in terms of signing a new contract, or just staying for this season? I mean, again, I feel like it's very, very, very important for Liverpool to kind of stop that kind of rut of Real Madrid players getting your defenders on a free. Trent, obviously, how it went last season. If obviously Konate does the same, that'll be 2 seasons in a row, to your top players as well. So, yeah, I think it's crucial you kind of just agree a deal with him, man, in terms of contracts, pay him what he thinks he deserves to be paid, and just move on from there. Because again, I feel like he's someone that you will really want to be keeping around for sure. So yeah, but we'll see what happens, man. We got Darren says Dalman looked great fit in so well. Can't wait to see him to feature him in the Newcastle game. Hopefully, yeah. Again, man, this is probably what I'm looking forward to most, Darren, man. Especially without obviously again Gyokeres guaranteed to be playing. Is Mascara going to be playing as well? Don't know. So yeah, without obviously the new signings, obviously Zubimendi and I thought Norgard actually played all right. You know, Norgard was very, very tidy on the ball, kept it ticking, kept the kind of tempo going. So I thought he was okay. And Zubimendi had a few good like progressive passes as well. So he looked very good as well. So yeah, but yeah, very interesting to see more of the youngsters too. Ethan as well. Can't wait to see more of him. You forget he's only 18 because the amount of games you've seen him play now. But yeah, man, looking forward to seeing him play again as well. Even Marcelo Skelly, he's another one. You just kind of think, okay, he's kind of a guy that's just likely to see now. But again, he's only 18 as well. So you just forget, man, these guys are still pretty young. Gyokeres going to be the best left back again. He's so good. Says Tom Ford. Thanks for the update because Havertz yesterday doing with Martinelli was poor. Yeah, man, he was, man. Both of them were terrible. For being honest, man, they were really, really bad. So they have to step up as obviously a lot of Arsenal fans are hoping they do. He's about to sign, a new deal. I think our ambition may have changed his mind. Maybe, bro, maybe getting a new striker in, linked with a new winger, getting Verts in, maybe, bro. Or I think for me, it was more about you paying him what he thought he was warranted to be paid, especially probably he knows what Van Dijk's getting, he knows what Salah's getting. He's probably thinking to himself, he's definitely in the top 5 or 6 important players in terms of his position. He's the perfect partner for Van Dijk. So maybe it's more about that, man. But yeah, it'll be obviously a good coup in terms of keeping him obviously in the team for sure, man. Martinelli doing his usual head down thing, can't be a man, giving the ball away, running into people. Yeah, decision making, footballing IQ, the kind of things that I've really not been impressed with Martinelli for the last couple of years, that he's just not improved on. He's at the same level that he was like 2-3 years ago in terms of not being able to kind of link up with a person, link up with kind of a left 8 or a fullback, or being able to kind of 1-2 and link and stuff like that. I think at heart he's just a striker, man. He's just a number 9 that is just playing out wide because he's fast, and I don't think he's got the actual skill set to play out wide and actually be competent out there, in my opinion, man. I think you got to just play him as like a inside forward, striker, or just not play him at all, if I'm being honest. Because at the left, it's just going to be the same thing, bro. He's just going to be out there trying to head down, trying to get a corner. Like it's not progressive, man. It's not productive, in my opinion. We got Darren who says Norgard looked really good, actually. Zobi looked decent too. Yeah, man. Norgard looked all right, man. Listen, I thought he was always going to be a decent player. He was just very underwhelming in it, but I thought he fitted in okay. He just kept it ticking, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how he plays against Newcastle. I'm guessing he's going to be starting again, or again, he might change the team, start Zubimendi instead. Obviously, news about I just seen about Gabriel. Apparently, it was a precaution that he didn't play, so hopefully, he's going to be fit, maybe for the Spurs game. I don't know. again, there's no point taking a risk, man, especially with the season so close on. If he's feeling any kind of knock or anything, just don't bother risk it, man. There's literally just no point in it. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, man. But yeah, him and obviously Timber, who's not fully recovered from that ankle. Not fully recovered from that ankle surgery that he had as well. So, I think for him too, it's very important for him to get the rest he kind of needs. Maybe that's why we brought him Mascara in early as well, because again, he's someone that can play right back. And with obviously Ben White there, you've got Josh Nichols. Maybe you need another right back option there as well, man. Just to make sure, that again, we've got enough options in that position. Mikel Arteta on Timber and Gabriel Magalhaes. It says with Urine is still not there. He's not fully trained with us yet. Big Gabby had an issue the other day in training because he's been out for quite a while too. We have to manage him carefully. Very, very true. We've been in Spain now, back in the UK, and there have been different pitches, different conditions. With so many changes, we have to minimize the risks with him. This is what I'm saying, man. Even with obviously Saka as well, man. And even with Havertz to an extent, like these guys have come off major hamstring surgery injuries, man. So it's like, brother, you can't, whether we rate the players or not, you can't be dashing them in, playing them week in, week out, man. You're gonna kind of ease them back in for sure, because again, there's gonna be times in the season where they're probably gonna be picking up certain kind of muscle injuries and stuff like that because the body's getting used to playing that high level intensity sport, especially with Gabriel having his surgery in April. It's early July. So yeah, man, it's not a long time to obviously recover and obviously play at the highest level either. So, and obviously Timber had his surgery in May. So that's even closer to July. So yeah, man, just got to ease these guys in, especially with Timber, a history of obviously looking, obviously getting some injuries at Arsenal as well. Big up 7 on DR says, no, God did his job. He was actually good. I know it's preseason, but he distributed the ball to the flanks and kept the tempo flowing. Yeah, I was saying as well, bro. I was saying that as well, man. I think he kept the tempo very, very smooth and kept it ticking over quite well, quite seamlessly, really. So, yeah, man, maybe he's going to be playing a bit more games than I thought, if I'm being honest, man. But we'll see. Good start to his career, for sure, in a friendly. And big up 7. He says, Reece saying to Fulham, Martinelli is in the box. To the left. I know it's on Chelsea kit we played with. Oh, obviously the blue kit, but it did look good. Obviously, on about the away kit, the new away kit as well. So yeah, man. But yeah, like I said, at least with Reece, he was getting his head up and actually trying to make the right decision, whether it's a pass or a cross. I feel like Reece has got a higher IQ than Martinelli, but Reece is just not that reliable. He's just always injured. And again, he's always going to miss a big portion of the season out injured, man. So you can't really rely on him to be a starter or kind of one like an option. But as on the left, I think because again, on the left, I feel like is his best position. I know people say, oh, because he's right foot, he should be on the right. But I think on the left is definitely his best position. And I think, yeah, if his injury problems were clear and he had kind of like a decent run in the team, I think he'd probably do the same as Martinelli, even maybe a little bit better, if I'm being honest. Because again, at least with him, he's got a bit more IQ in terms of he knows what to do in certain positions because he's an actual direct winger in it. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's definitely a position we have to upgrade on for sure. The kit was okay. Yeah, I'm getting Gyokeres 9 on the back. If he gets 9, Darren, he might not even get that number, bro. He might get another number in it. I'm not too sure, if I'm being honest, man. But yeah, we'll see, bro. We will see. Reports coming in now that it's not a thigh injury at all for Isak, but a neck injury from how quickly he turned his head. That's crazy work. I like that, bro. I like that. That was nice. That was clever, man. That was clever. I like that one still. But yeah, man. Yeah, listen, you have turned his head. It's right. You've actually turned his head, bro. Like, again, it's one of those ones where when you actually came in for him and stuck it on Newcastle saying, you know what, we're willing to negotiate for Isak, he's probably thought, you know what, this could be a massive opportunity for me to play for a Champions League team, not only that's in the Champions League, but that can win the Champions League and also win the Premier League next season as well. So this obviously things don't always come around, bro. Liverpool might move on to other targets and might not come in back for Isak next summer. Who knows? So he might be thinking, you know what, it's either now or never, man. Especially after giving Newcastle their first trophies 70 years. His goals helped them get back into the Champions League. He might be thinking, you know what, done my bit. Let me just go on and obviously move on and try and go to a bigger club. So yeah, man, but definitely want to keep an eye on for sure, man. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like up the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new people. What's going on? I said, I don't care. But I said, me no care. That's funny, man. That's funny. Yeah, that's crazy. But I said, you know what, Jesus? You have to hold that one still. I'm putting that in the back of my shirt regardless, Rude Boy. Even if he's 28, I don't care. That's funny, man. Big up Chris, I'm waiting for the Verts number to be announced before I get his name on the back. Yeah, you've not really announced. Obviously, the Verts one and Ekitike, you've not announced what their number is, have you? So, yeah, that's kind of a strange thing. You've not announced it yet. But, yeah, this is what it's all about, people. Like with fans, man. You want players that are brought to your club that you want to put their name on the back of your shirt. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you're so gassed that you're there, you've actually bought them. Do you know what I mean? I remember the same thing when we got Alexis, man. Straight, that was the one I got on the back of my shirt, man. Alexis. Aubameyang is another one as well, especially with the 14. Like, bro, you just get gassed about certain signings, man. And I think for Arsenal, it will be Gyokeres. That's going to be the guy. Obviously, Liverpool got Verts. Potentially, if they get Rodrigo as well, could be another one. So, yeah. Mine said a big up 7 on DR. So I said in the first half, put on Reece so we can raise his value to Fulham as a joke. But he bought out yesterday. I was enjoying it, and the Kepa saves because with the Raya match fixing would have been involved. Kepa's penalty saves were all very good, to be fair to him, and he looks competent. Obviously on the didn't really get tested, if I'm being honest, but it did look pretty competent in the second half of the game. So yeah, that's always good news. But yeah, Reece, like I said, man. Reece was actually getting behind his fullback. He was having shots off. He was holding the width. He was getting to the byline. He was making decent runs off the ball. Like, he was doing what you needed to do. And also, as well, there wasn't a surprise that a lot of our stuff, or the most impressive stuff down that left-hand side throughout the entire game, came on when Reece was actually on the left. It's crazy. So, yeah, man, that just shows you the lack or the low level of the other left wingers, in my opinion, man. No disrespect to Reece, but obviously he's someone that everyone's happy to be moved on from. When he's outperforming your starting left wingers, then you've got a little bit of a problem there, if I'm being honest. But yeah, also heard nothing about the thigh injury until now. He's definitely unsettled about something. Listen, like I said, Chris, Eddie Howe had a perfect opportunity to say he was injured at the weekend when he didn't include him in that 4-0 defeat to Celtic. But instead, he actually talked about the transfer rumors. So for me to talk about that and then 2 days later, you're magically injured now. Come on, it seems a little bit too convenient, in my opinion. About it. So yeah, I feel like definitely there's something going on there where he's probably not happy with how Newcastle kind of shunned the idea of him being sold, especially when Liverpool said they were willing to match the kind of figures that Newcastle would want, the 120, 130 million pound mark figure. So yeah, maybe that's got something to do with it for sure, bro. Ben White didn't. I thought Ben White looked really good, bro. I think again that ball he played it through to Saka was good. He was overlapping time and time again. And yeah, I think he was back to his attacking best for sure, bro. I think, again, that combination play with him, Saka, normally it's Odegaard, but it was Ethan yesterday. I think he's always very, very good as well. And he's our best attacking threat, if I'm being honest, man. Nothing goes down the left. Nothing goes down the middle. I think down that right is literally where we score or create our majority of our chances, man. So, yeah, I thought he looked good linking up with Saka for sure. I've already got my McAllister on our leaked home kit and Salah on the third alleged kit. Big up yourself. Buying up the kits, man. That's a big up Mr. Battle Red, my brother. What you telling me, man? Big up Tippy Toppy Tops, bro. Big up the chat. Come on, bro. Good to see you in the chat, man. Good to see you in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video if you've not done it already and subscribe to the thing. That's a big up, Seri. Are you sure your medical not delayed by another week? Hopefully it's not, brother. Hopefully it's not, man. I don't think it will be. I think again it'll probably be done sometime today. I'd assume, bro, because yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, got a tattoo. It's cheaper. Get a tattoo. I've got my kits for cheap. I don't tell my secrets. Okay, you got a link yet? Say less, my brother. Say less. I need to try and get mine and get a link for mine as well, you know, because yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do still. My brother, big up, come on, bro. Big up the community as always, man. Make sure you guys smash the like button in the building. Kivior's assist, bro, very, very good. I feel like Kivior passing ability does get slept on, man. There's a few times he's put some good crosses, passes into the box, into the area in some games. And you're thinking, raw, like, I don't see Gabriel. That's not part of Gabriel's game, innit? Obviously, he can pass as well, but he's not really renowned for playing like line-breaking passes like that, which literally plays people in. So, yeah, big. This is why I said I'll keep him, man. I feel like, again, as a good option for a backup or someone to fill in. I think, again, last season when Gabriel was injured, I think he was very, very good, if I'm being honest, man. So, yeah, man, I think he definitely does have some good qualities about him. And, yeah, for a backup defender, man, I don't think... And, again, he's always available. He's never injured, touch wood. He's always available for the team, man, and to fill in either left-back or centre-back. So, yeah, for me, I'll be keeping him for sure. Yeah, they're all from this region in Asia, mate. Drew, that pass from Kivior was proper. bro, it literally split up open the defense, man. Do you know what I'm saying? At first, I thought it was who do I think it was? I thought it was Zubomendi that did it at first. Cause like, he did that pass with his left foot, but the fact it was Kivio is crazy. I said, Chris, we all know you're buying from China. Yeah, that's nasty. That is nasty work, people. I said from China, you know. Crazy, man. Listen, you got to do what you got to do. You get me? I'm not condoning or promoting anything in the chat, but yeah, you got to do what you got to do, people, man. Big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the video on 18 likes. Let's see if we can get it to 20 likes before I head off, people. Just seeing if there's any more Arsenal news about big up everyone in the building. Obviously, that's just about Fabrizio Romano talking about Arsenal Sporting exchanging emails. That was 18 hours ago for Victor Gyokeres deal. Chelsea advancing for both Simons and HATO. Eze's camp remains in contact with Arsenal. Rodrigo to decide his future soon. No advanced talks yet. So, yeah, listen, Fabrizio Romano and Ben Jacobs are the two that are really pushing still this kind of Eze to Arsenal kind of deal. If it potentially could happen, I'm not too sure if it's definitely going to happen still. Again, it seems like it's called off quite a lot, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I don't know, man. But it's definitely we definitely need him, and I think yesterday's kind of game kind of solidified that, in my opinion, man. Because you've seen how poor we looked on the left hand side. But yeah, man. Come on. Yeah, man. I think you've seen it, man. With it as well. Obviously, another article here. Arsenal intensify plans to sign £60 million star after Gyokeres and Mosquera. It says Arsenal are believed to be intensifying their plans to sign another target after sealing both the deals of Sporting striker Victor Gyokeres and Valencia defender Christian Mosquera, according to a new report. Obviously, talking about I think again SA. Mosquera jetted out to Singapore this week to link up with the Arsenal squad for their preseason tour. Reports suggest that the centre back will be soon joined by another player, which will be Gyokeres. The prolific striker wrapped up in incredible 97 goals in 102 appearances for Sporting, 54 last season. I was very, very pivotal. This is the amount of money we've spent on new signings. This is very, very interesting. So yeah, in the winter when Arteta came, we spent no money. I don't think we bought anyone in there. No, we might have bought in. We bought in two loan players, Pablo Marie and Cedric that winter, /summer. I don't know why you call it. It was COVID in it. So yeah. And then the summer of 2021, it was 81.5 mil. Then that winter, 900k. Don't know who that was on, to be honest with you. I'm trying to think who we bought for that money. Then the next summer, 156.8 million we spent. Then in the winter, 1.8. Then the next summer, 121.5. Then in the winter, 59. I think that was against with Trossard, Jorginho, and Kivio. Then obviously that summer where we bought Raya, Havertz, Rice, and Timber was 208. Then 0 that winter, 101 last summer, which again was not enough. That's significantly low. That's the lowest we spent up until 2021, 2020. So yeah, that's why we had a poor season. Then 0 again in the winter, and then 140. Obviously, I think this is not even net spend. This is just what we actually spent, 140 so far. I don't think that's including the Gyokeres deal yet, or even the Mosquera one. So yeah, so a lot of money we spent, man. A lot of money we spent for sure. Man. Big up Chris. He says we've unsettled Newcastle big time. Took their target in Ekitike and unsettled Isaac. Newcastle not having a great window, missing out on their targets. Yeah, they're not having a great window so far. I think they might get Wissa, but Wissa might be ending up being the Isaac replacement at this rate, man. It's crazy. Big up Chris says big up China. I feel bad for Newcastle fans, who says Mister. Their club and management really letting them down. This should have been their big summer. Instead, it's going to be a big for them losing their most valuable player, especially after winning the Cup and the Champions League, bro. I feel like this is kind of a statement to say, you know what? We're keeping our best players. We're going to add to the players, and we're just going to go from there. We're ready to kick on now because, again, this is a nice little platform for them, winning a trophy and getting back into the Champions League. So you should be able to have that kind of law of trying to get players in, but they've kind of struggled going bar for bar, head-to-head with other teams, man, if I'm being honest. And they've lost out on a lot of targets. The Gunners drew more Premier League matches than other sides in the top 10 by the end of 2024-2025, scoring just 69 goals, which pales in comparison to the 91 and 88. Bro, that's a massive drop, by the way. Arsenal set to sign Gyokeres to help fix this problem, with the North Londoners fully agreeing a deal worth up to 64 for the 27-year-old. Obviously, signing it will be Iceland Cakes and Alan Smith. and the missing piece of the jigsaw. This is the signing every Arsenal fan has craved, and out and out number 9, so they can get Arsenal over the line for the title. You saw last season when Arsenal had the striker crisis that they struggled to score goals and dropped woe behind Liverpool. Gyokeres, if he signs, will mean Arsenal can play a different style at a time and get the ball forward rather than the build-up they've been doing. According to reports, sporting director Andre Berta isn't finished after completing the Gyokeres deal. Indeed, Arsenal's next order of business is potentially signing a central attacking midfielder to complement Martin Odegaard, Ben Jacobs. Right now, Chelsea are making serious progress in the race for Xavi Simons, who also is a target for Berta, so perhaps Eze is more likely an option. Arsenal accelerating plans to sign Eze after Victor Gyokeres. The England international has reportedly been linked with a move to the Emirates Stadium for weeks. Also accelerating plans to sign Eze after sealing Gyokeres, man. Fingers crossed. Berta apparently has more than enough funds available to bring in another major attacking signing, and Eze could well be that man. The 27-year-old who scored 14 goals, backed a further 11 assists in all comps, could leave Selhurst Park for if someone triggers his estimated £60 million clause, which could rise to 68 if all bonuses are achieved. So it's actually 60 million the clause, and the 8 is actually add-ons, which is kind of crazy. So it's, bro, 60 mil. We just paid 52 for Madueke. It's crazy when you think about it, man. Also, we need to buy. Also, we'll need the player to buy in first. And according to some reports, Eze has loosely agreed board personal terms already. Among his admirers is Arsenal legend Patrick Vieira, who helped heap praise on the attacker during his time at Palace. Eze is a fantastic player. He creates chances, scores goals, and things happen with him on the field. So yeah, top player, man. And hopefully we can get that over the line as well, people. Hopefully we can get that over the line as well. So we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, again, you have to wait until we officially announce the Gyokeres and obviously Mascara deals as well. And then go on from there, man. Go on from there. But yeah, big up everyone in the building, man. Big up everyone that's tuned in. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe, man. Make sure you get this to 20 likes before I head off, man. On 19 likes, who's going to be the person to like it to get it to 20 people? Make sure you guys do. Well, yeah, you guys in the comments let me know what you think about Eze, if he'd be a good fit for Arsenal. I think he'll be an amazing player for Arsenal that can slot in a plethora of positions. And yeah, an attacking option that we definitely need, man. But again, I feel like it's a deal to be done there. I think he definitely will not come to us. And I think Palace would be, again, if you pay the release clause, bro, he's coming. You paid it. They've got no kind of saying to negotiating or they want more money. Like, he's coming. That's the good thing about release clauses. Now, obviously, Arsenal want to pay a bit less. I understand that to an extent, but at the same time, I only understand that if you're going to sign another player. If you know that this is going to be your final kind of player you're getting, then, bro, just pay it, man. Just pay it and get it. Because he literally could be in the tour. Like, if we decided today, yo, we're paying the release clause, boom, he's going to be on the tour, he'll be there, man. So, yeah. Big up everyone in the building, man. Big up Kurt, my bro. What you telling me, man? Tops, Eze should be on the plane to Asia with Gyokeres. Bless me. That would be proper boost. Late, but a boost. Yeah, 100%, bro. There's no really excuses as well, my guy. Because again, you're looking at thinking, well, if he's on the plane, it's going to be very, very crucial for us as well. Big up, bro. Big up, Kurt, my brother. What are you telling me? Sorry, I'm sneezing, man. Are you not going to Madrid with Lee? Nah, I'm not, you know, bro. I couldn't make it, man. But big up Lee, big up all the guys that are going. Carl, Northside, all those guys, man. Pick them up every single time. Hopefully they have a good time over there. But yeah, man. Hopefully we can see some good goals with Arsenal when it comes to Newcastle. And then obviously we've got Spurs next Thursday as well. So that should be a crucial game too, man. But big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like up the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back at 2 p.m. I don't think there's anyone on yet. I think Shane's not started yet. I mean, I might just raise to Shane anyway. But yeah, big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like up the video, subscribe if you've not done it already. I'll be back at 2 a.m. to try and talk anything. Hopefully we get some more clarity on the Gyokeres deal in terms of when his medical is going to be and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's going to be very, very interesting for sure. Very, very interesting for sure, man. But yeah, big up everyone that's tuned in. I said the time Gyokeres stands for Arsenal, I'll have like 12 kids with my missus. Bro, I was saying it earlier, Kurt, bro. It's been a long journey, man. It feels like it's been months and months and months. But it's only really been obviously 3 weeks, but it's just been dragging out every single day. Bro, for me, bro, I wish this was done and dusted so I could talk about something else. You know what I mean? But yeah, you can only just follow the news that's obviously coming out, bro. But yeah, I hear what you're saying, my guy. I can't wait for him to just come so I can have him through the door, through the squad, and can we just move on to something else? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, big up, bro. Big up, bless up, man. Big up for everyone being in the building. Nice one, bro. Catch you later. Of course, my brother. Good to always see you in here, as always. Drink some hot ginger tea, my bro. Yeah, I will do, my guy. I think it's the hay fever mashing me up, man. But yeah, big up yourself, my brother. Appreciate you, my guy. Newcastle fans are giving up. A lot of them thinking Isak is off now. Yeah, a lot of them are panicking, bro. Especially because they're not really. The thing is, they were supposed to get Ekitike just in case this happened, but now that you've got Ekitike yourself, it's kind of like they've not even got really like a like-for-like kind of skill set replacement, someone that's kind of similar or they can mold into being the next Isak. They're gonna have to go with something else. And again, the drop-off remember when he was injured, I think not like the season just gone, the season before, when Newcastle had a few injuries, they got nowhere near Champions League. So he's literally kind of the striker that kind of propels them into that position where they can win the Champions League, they can win a League Cup or FA Cup. So yeah, him losing that is crazy. But yeah, massive call your missus sneezes is not a good sign. Yeah, bro, it's not great, man. It's not great. It's not great at all, man. But yeah, build up everyone in the building, man. I'll be back later at 2 p.m. Don't hate to play at the game. Until next time, people, I am out. Peace and love.